It is again Fan Service Friday, which means that it is another day of Danganronpa 2. If it starts, here we go. Well, I mean, it's been like 2 weeks since I played this last, I think. So I wasn't here last Friday. Yeah. Oh, did any of you see the picture I tweeted last night of my stuffed peppers of turkey mince? God, they were good. Oh my lord, those were so good. They were goddamn gorgeous. I've never done stuffed peppers before, but it was pretty late at night. And I was really hungry. So I was just like, I gotta do something. So I cooked some, I pulled them all out of the fridge, all the bits and bobs out of the fridge. I looked up a quick recipe online for stuffed peppers of turkey mince, and I did it. And they turned out really good. I had turkey mince, mushrooms, onions, garlic, a bit of cumin in there, some oregano. What else was in there? Some chopped tomatoes, bit of tomato puree. I think that was it. That was it. Anyway, it was really fucking lovely. Really nice. I really enjoyed it. So that was a win for me. It's a new meal. I was looking for something last night that didn't have any carbs in it. Wubba lubba dub dub! I do believe you need to eat carbs in your life, though. Like, after a gym session, carb loading is, I believe, an important part of building up your energy again. I didn't go to the gym today, though, because I had a hell of a time last night trying to sleep. Oh my gosh. Could not sleep last night. I did get to sleep in the end, but it was like 5 in the morning or something like that when I slept. I went to bed at like 11, I think. And then I was just like, man, I am not tired right now. I'm really restless. So I watched Logan. God, that film is good. Oh my lord, that film is so good. Really, I really love Logan. Again, got me all teary-eyed again, as it does every time, that film. Not a fan of mushrooms? You're like my brother. You're a weird one. You can't really taste the mushrooms, honestly. There's so much, like, so much stuff in there that they just is lovely. I have patience if I can stay in bed for so long not sleeping. Well, I don't really know what else to do, honestly. Like, I'll lie in bed. If I can't sleep, I'll either start playing on my PS4 or I'll play Persona 5 or something. Or I'll watch a film. And that's usually what I end up doing. So yeah, I watched Logan. I watched something else, didn't I? There's something else I watched, and I don't remember what it was. I don't know what it was. Oh well, screw it. I'm here now. I'm here now, so maybe next time I can't sleep at night, I'll just start streaming. It's annoying though. I'm trying to like. I'm trying really hard to not just stay up all night because I really
jumping in the sewer.
I really need that.
I watched Jingle All the Way for the first time and it changed my life.
Jingle All the Way. I'm not a pervert. I just wanted a Turbo Man doll. I found a t-shirt with that on actually. It looks sick. I don't want to stay up all night and sleep all day because I want to be a functioning human being in daylight hours and go to the gym in the morning and then have food and then stream. If I stream all night, I will then not be going to the gym in the morning. I know that. I don't know. Trying to like get myself into like a sort of, you know, a nice, what's the word? Routine, I guess is the word. But it's not really working. Tell you what I'm gonna do before we start. I'm gonna charge my Fitbit. Actually, yeah. I'm charge my Fitbit. All right. The shirt fits me really well. Oh, thank you. So I love this shirt. This is I actually haven't worn this shirt for quite a while, but because I always lose it. But I love this shirt. This is like, it's got the good dip here, which is important for me. And yeah, Jazz likes this t-shirt as well. Yeah, I keep losing it all the time. When I find it, I'm just like, because I'm a man who likes his low necks, both for vanity reasons and because high necks make me feel like I'm choking to death. I like to feel the wind on my chest, and you know, maybe if I had like longer hair thingy, so it's classy, but it also shows off your muscles. That's what I'm going for, classy muscles. That's what I go. That's what when I go to the gym and trainers are there. I'm like, they're like, "What are you looking for?" I'm like, "I'm looking for classy muscles. You know, I'm looking to be muscly. I'm looking to be classy muscles. You know, maybe like a monocle on there somewhere, like a monocle tattoo." You're a night person, but trying to become a morning person. It's just good seeing. Yeah, get up in the morning's the best thing in the world. You get so much more out of the day. Yeah. Exactly. It's great. Classy muscles, like Arnold. A bow tie made of muscles. I'm very much a body tired, sleep now kind of person. I will sleep randomly throughout the day when I'm tired. Like that's usually how I work. It's not like okay, this time I should get to sleep. It's my body is tired now. I will sleep now. That's typically what happens. There's also, I do get a weird sense of enjoyment in being up when everyone else is asleep. I know I'm gonna regret it afterwards. Did I say thank you, Platypus, for 5 months? I don't know if I did, but thank you. I don't know if I said thank you, but thank you. I know I said thanks to James, but I don't think I said thank you to Platypus. Yeah. Naps do technically help me a bit, actually. I can sleep for like an hour and be good to go for a while after that. Oh. But yeah, that's just me. That's just a part of my world right now, is me trying to fix my sleep to a more, you know, daytime kind of thing. Oh, my arms. Oh. Sorry, couldn't do it that time. They're really sore. Sorry, after that week off of the gym yesterday, kind of really hurt my arms. Very sore. Thank you very much, Clonky90, for the sub. I've got some mill love to Clonky. I love that name, Clonky. Clonky. It sounds like a description for someone who's really clumsy. A very clonky person. All right. So this is where we were last time. Chapter 0, heading to the school trip. All right. So last time we played this game, things got fucking weird.
Should use these up.
Oh, thank you for the bits as well, Platypus. Thank you very much. 100 videos and broken molars for the 4 months in a row.
The news goes.
That is the way the news goes. The news goes like that. Oh, I can't reach the 4 months, but it's over there. 4 months. Nom 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 nom. Eat up the months. Gollum's evil brother, Clonky. 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 My name is Clonky. I fuck dragons, Shrek. Yeah, so last time happened, Nagito was murdered last episode. Not last episode. Nagito was murdered like 2 episodes ago. Last stream. 2 streams ago. We had the trial for Nagito. It turned out that... What was it that happened? Oh, that was it. It turned out Nagito had set up a whole thing so that basically it lured out what was her name? Chiahi? Chi? The gamer girl. How long am I? Is Danganronpa 2 for the whole stream? No, it's Danganronpa 2 all stream. Friends vs. Fridays are typically just the same game all day that you guys have voted for. If I could finish this today, that would be fucking sweet. I don't think I will, but it would be cool if I could. What's that noise? Oh, it's the game. I think we're supposed to be on a boat. Chiaki, yeah. Chiaki died because Nagito tricked us basically into sacrificing the traitor who worked for the Future Foundation. But I don't really think she's a traitor in that way. And then the world started to fall apart, and it looks like we're inside of some kind of computer simulation or something. Everything started to glitch out, and then the world melted away, and then here we are. So this says the journey to the island or something like that. Yeah, this is a pretty unsettling sound, this, isn't it? It's quite creepy. Here we go, let's get going then. It would be wrong to say it was swaying from side to side. It was actually shaking rather intensely. The room I was in, it was shaking from side to side. The shaking was quite irregular. You said that was wrong to do. Just when you thought it was a series of small shakes, it would suddenly shake violently. Every time that happened, I'd have to steady myself with my foot. I couldn't stand up very well, but for me, it was comforting. I never thought not knowing what to expect could be so fun, so I was feeling rather excited. But I figured I'd get bored of that feeling soon enough. That's what I was expecting. For me, a person who is loved by talent, detecting regularities among irregularities wouldn't be that difficult. What? Ah, how boring. Do you like ships? On the other hand, on the other side of the dark room, I heard a voice. It was clearly directed at me. You look like you were having fun, so that's what I assumed. You do like ships, right? Ships? That's right. That's it. So this is a ship. You just realized that now? Is it really that funny? Hey, if you want, can I talk a little? The sounds are starting to bore me. Instantly, I saw his true character. The overfamiliar attitude, the friendly smile. But under that skin, I could detect a foul, offensive odor, like some kind of putrid slime. Ooh, wow, that's It's a way to describe someone, a putrid slime. In a sensible way, of course. How should I put this? It was a smell exclusive to those who were already finished. Nice to meet you. I'm the Guido Komeida. Anyway, lucky me. It's been a while since anyone was willing to talk to me. So to share a room with a person like that. Yep, I'm definitely lucky. Lucky? Oh, so that's your talent then. What a boring talent. Jesus, who is this? Is this us? Boring talent, huh? Well, that's exactly what it is. But for someone I'm meeting for the first time to say that so suddenly, that's good. That's because I have luck as well. Huh? Even I possess a talent as boring as luck. Possess? Huh. I'm starting to get really interested. Who are you? You're obviously from Hope's Peak Academy too, right? So you're one of us? But that's weird. This is the first time I've ever seen you. Hey, can you tell me why you're here? Yeah, I was gonna say, are we Makoto? This is weird, man. We'll find out, I guess. How did you end up here? How boring. Oh, sorry. I'm often told I'm terrible at making conversation. Not you. This world. Huh? This world is... No, I don't think we are Makoto. This guy's a little bit too... This guy's a bit too down in the dumps for that. This world is full of boring people. People who lack talent stick together and oppress those who do possess talent. Who do possess talent. Possesses talent. That doesn't make any sense. Even though they know they're insignificant, they don't try to acknowledge their true superiors. Jesus Christ, who is this guy? They are proudly desperate to drag them down to their level. And because of these bastards, this world has come to a deadlock. The world has stopped evolving. How boring. Well, the world is shaped by the will of the majority. It makes sense that it bends to those who lack talent. That's why we're in our present situation. Yeah, perhaps, does that have anything to do with the reason you're here? Boring people make no contributions to the world, not even a speck of dust. That's why my teachers taught me that a certain degree of selection must be performed. Looks like they had high expectations for you, huh? That's completely different from me. We sound like, yeah, we do sound like the original Byakuya, don't we? But, what are you planning to do? Now that you've ended up like this, there's nothing you can do, right? Listen well. Using people is a talent too. It is now my turn to use that person, just as they used me in the past. That person? Are you talking about ultimate despair? But how? I mean, they're already... I have it with me. The contribution that person left to me. Even now it rests in my pocket. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm definitely lucky. I can't believe I'm speaking to someone as amazing as you. Then, will I be able to see her again? Look at his hand. He didn't always have, like, manicured nail hands, right? God, that looks a lot like Junko's hand, that does. Will I be able to see the person I hate with every fiber of my being again? And this time, will I be able to kill her this time? The person I hate so much? Yeah, that does not look like his hand. Hate? Then explain your hand. This? The end of that bandage is a woman's hand, right? Isn't it amazing? I can't move it, of course. I mean, it's not my hand after all. But even now, it still hasn't rotted. Yeah, that's her hand. That's her hand. Why the fuck has he got her hand on him? Hey, maybe that means it's becoming one with me. Isn't it amazing? I have successfully become one with ultimate despair, my sworn enemy. The fuck? What the fuck? What? Why has he got her hand on him? I see, so you salvaged the body. You really are a boring person. I don't want you to misunderstand. I just see her as my enemy, you know? Because she's my sworn enemy. Because I hate her so much. Yeah, I mean, I often chop my hand off and attach the hands of my enemies. You know? I like to wear the skin of my enemies. I feel like it's a good intimidation tactic. It could be, actually, to be fair. That's why I took up... The music is also really unsettling. The music in this sound effect is very unsettling. That's why I took her power. And for that I... Wait, huh? Do I hate her? Huh, it's strange. Huh. Who the hell says huh that much? Look out the window. We're finally here. It's getting very, yeah, it's just getting very Metal Gear Solid 2. Liquid. I'm starting to see it too, right? That's Jabberwock Island, isn't it? Isn't it exciting? I wonder what's going to happen on that island once we get there. What's going to happen? I can already predict what will happen. Huh? I already know because I am loved by talent. But no matter what happens, it's of no concern to me. I will not be able to participate in what lies ahead. Huh? Really? I don't really understand, but I guess we have to part ways for a while. It's disappointing. We seem to get along pretty well. Hey, can I see you again? There is no reason we'll ever meet again. After all, you are boring. Your talent, your thoughts, your entire existence is boring to me. You really don't play along, do you? God, that was weird. That was really, really weird. Yeah, I don't know who that is, honestly. It could be someone we just don't know. Huh? What is it? What is it? What is this? There's a door. There's a door. Huh? A door? Why is a door here? Where am I? How did I get here? Where am I supposed to go? I'm in the Matrix now, apparently. Huh? Isn't this a classroom? But even so, it's a very strange classroom. Why am I in a place like this? I went inside the ancient ruin with everyone else. And I arrived at that place that looked like a trial ground, but then... Why? It's not connecting. I don't know why I'm here. It's like there's no connection between how I left the trial ground and how I ended up here. It's just like before. When we were all gathered in that classroom just before we arrived at Jabberwock Island. But where is this place? Is it somewhere on Jabberwock Island?
Testing, testing. Mic check 1, 2. This is a test of the school broadcast system. Am I on? Can everyone hear me? Okay, well then.
Welcome to Hope Speak Academy, you guys. At this point, I shall explain the graduation exam to you all. So please assemble at the gymnasium immediately.
And the first one? Huh? Did he say what I think he said? Yeah, he definitely said it. He said, welcome to Hope's Peak Academy. Yo, this is getting real weird, man. I like this. This is good. But why would this place be Hope's Peak Academy? And not just that. What is the graduation exam? Isn't the killing over already? Oh man. Oh geez. Back in the first one. Even the hallway doesn't feel like a school at all. What a creepy place. At least it doesn't look like a normal school at all. At least it doesn't look like a normal school at all, sorry. It's definitely a lie. There's no way this place is Hope's Peak Academy. Is this creepy place the Hope's Peak Academy that I've admired for so long? It's probably a building that Monokuma made to startle us. Just like the funhouse. That's right, that's definitely it. Monokuma said to come to the gymnasium, right? Then I'll go and definitely clear things up. Oh, the Eye of Horus? Yeah, wacky as hell, I know. The gymnasium is here, right? Alright, I'm going inside. Something might be waiting, but I'm not going to cower away anymore. And so I braced myself and cautiously opened the door. This is the end. Goodbye, Academy of Despair. I wasn't prepared for what was waiting for me on the other side of that door. It was a normal gymnasium.
Damn right.
Yo, Hajime.
Yo.
You heard the announcement and came here too. You guys did it too, right? Did too, right?
What's going on?
Yeah, hey, what do you make of all this? Monokuma said this place was Hope's Peak Academy or something. Hang on a minute. I gotta sort my chair out. There we go. That cannot be possible.
Well, yeah.
Yo, I mean, you're right. Any way you look at it, it's impossible.
Oh, hello! How does it feel to return to long-awaited Hope's Peak Academy?
Why,
You. Hey, where are we? Why'd you lock us up this time?
Oh, what a shock! I just told you guys this is Hope's Peak Academy.
Of course not.
Jesus, there's no way in hell that's true.
No.
Oh, but it is. I mean, this is definitely Hope's Peak Academy. Well, what's left of it anyway?
What's left of it?
Didn't I tell you before? Unfortunately, Hope's Peak Academy fell to ruin.
Lies.
You were serious about that? I don't believe it! God damn it.
But of course, it fell to ruin. I mean, they were doing things that they deserved to be ruined for.
What do you mean?
I don't like this.
Anyway, I'm pretty disappointed. I went to all this trouble to bring you guys to Hope's Peak Academy, and you don't feel surprised or nostalgic.
Fine.
Oh well, it's not like I did this for you guys. Even if you don't feel nostalgic, I'm sure someone is feeling nostalgic right now.
Someone?
Don't fuck with me.
That's pretty good. That's good. Little breaking the fourth wall over there. Yo, enough with this bullshit. Just spit it out already. Yo, where'd you take us, you bastard? So I am not certain of my memories. I believe we entered the ancient ruin and...
In other words,
It means I made this Hope's Peak Academy between the door to the ruin and the inside of the ruin.
Yo, what do you mean between?
Hey!
Oh, Jesus, what do you mean made?
What's this?
Oh my, are you minds getting the grumblies that only knowledge can satisfy? Good, very good. It's fine to hurry along to the graduation exam, but it's in my nature to provide a little entertainment.
Entertainment? You're planning to make us do something, aren't you?
No way!
Yeah, I saw. Matt sent me a picture of it. Let's get there. Where's the gem? Oh. Yeah. So my mum just came in and was like, look, newspaper. You guys run it on the Christmas swim.
It's nothing to be cautious about. It's not like you'll be making life exchanges or anything like that. It's just a simple graduation exam.
Yo, then what is this graduation exam?
Hey,
Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally gonna graduate.
are you sure?
But on the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world.
So,
That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here.
Huh? We're obviously gonna go out. There's no way we'd stay here.
That's right.
Jesus, this is annoying. Just hurry up and let us choose. Let's choose right now.
no.
You can't do that. The main cast hasn't arrived yet.
Is it main cast?
Hey,
Meaning you guys are just extras until the guest of honor arrives.
damn it.
So enough complaining already. Hurry up and start researching the outside world.
What do you mean?
I have dispersed all the teaching materials you need for your research throughout Hope's Peak Academy. Well, I don't think this needs to be said, but all the information is accurate and contains no lies whatsoever. Otherwise, the main cast is gonna hate me. So, please rest assured and strive to do your best during the field trip.
And as usual, after leaving us with his cryptic words, Monokuma disappeared. Even if the setting had changed, even if the killing had finished, he was still the same as usual. What's going on? Oh, what's going on? Outside World's main cast? Somehow I have a bad feeling about this.
Hey.
Oh, Jesus, it's like he kept insisting that this place is Hope's Peak Academy. But that's impossible, right?
What are you saying?
Yo, how do we make it back to Hope's Peak Academy? Yo, from a tropical island and you're in the first place? The fuck? Yo, it's impossible. Yo! Hey! There's no place for Hope's Peak Academy to exist on Jabberwock Island. I said I wanted to go back, but I didn't want to go back to a creepy place like this. What does this mean? So many things I don't understand have happened on the island. This building is really Hope's Peak Academy? This is the Hope's Peak Academy I've been admiring for so long. What in the world is going on? Damn it. Why is this happening? Why? I was finally able to attend Hope's Peak Academy. I finally thought I'd become confident in myself. Even so, I wanted to become Hope? Is that what you think? Just stop it. Wait, what? Want to become Hope? If that's what you think, just stop it. Listen carefully. The only humans worthy of becoming Hope possess amazing talents as strong as will. And at the moment you're born into this world, you either have that or you don't. It has nothing to do with effort. You must be chosen by hope to become hope. That's why it's not even worth admiring. Oh, were you so blinded by your admiration for Hope's Big Academy that you couldn't even see that? You're just some nobody from the reserve course who never had a talent to begin with. A nobody who forgot he was a nobody. That's all. If I really am a nobody, then you should have just left me alone. Why do I have to go through something like this? Hajime, did something happen? Huh?
Hey, bastard.
Yo, now's not the time to be zoning out. Sorry, it's nothing. I don't really get it, but is that all? As long as I don't beat the crap out of Monokuma, nothing's gonna be solved. Is that what it means?
Hey.
Just what the heck is Monokuma anyway? He's not a part of the Future Foundation, right? If you say that, then what is the Future Foundation?
Jeez.
Even though Chiaki and Monami are gone, your situation ain't changed one bit, which means the Future Foundation wasn't our enemy. That's the only thing I can think of.
You serious?
So they're not world ender? Then we really were tricked by Monokuma. However, the Future Foundation is responsible for trapping us on this island, right? Regarding that matter, I believe Monami never once denied that.
Damn it.
Even if they're our allies, they might not just be allies. Maybe Monokuma is telling us to investigate that information on our own. Chiaki said she could not betray the Future Foundation. But if she were still alive, she definitely would have helped us. No, even her just being with us would have been a big help. So what should we do? What do we do? Oh my god.
Damn it.
Yo, well, it's obvious. We gotta get out of here safely. We have to do that graduation exam, right?
So annoying.
Graduation exam, huh? I'm not really that good at taking exams. Well, I guess it's better than people dying.
Jeez.
Monokuma says something about a field trip, right? Is he telling us to investigate like we have been? Alright, I'm gonna do it. Prepare yourself, yeah!
Like...
Yeah, yo, we might be able to learn something about Hope's Peak Academy. You know, about ourselves. Oh, geez, I don't care if we don't know anymore. If we can just go back to our normal lives, I'm fine. Okay, if we can go home when this is over, right? We can finally get off this damn island. If that's the case, let's all leave this island alive. Let's all leave this island alive by any means.
Of course.
Oh, hell yes. Okay, so we doing this now? He's right. Now's not the time to bemoan how unlucky I am. Where this place really is, what's happened to Hope's Peak Academy, none of that matters. What's important is I need to leave this island with the others. We sacrificed so many lives in order to survive just so we could do that. There's no way we can stop now. But Monokuma should already know that that's what we're thinking. So why did he say that? We have to decide on our own whether or not we want to leave Jabberwock Island. He should already know that we'd never choose to stay on this island.
Hey!
So what are you gonna do? Can we start already? Yeah, but what are we even looking for? Do we just have to investigate this weird-ass building? Oh, my arms. Oh.
Even so.
Ow.
You pushed Donald Trump off the front page of the Gorogan Gen.
Is he on there anyway?
Haven't you read his book yet? Fire Fury out today.
No, that's what's his Facebook. Written by what's his face? Oh, that's it, is it? I know, I've seen bits and bobs of it. Yo, even so, I don't think we'll find the answers to all our questions inside the damn building. Well, I'm just gonna go on ahead for now. Hey, Jade, you already going?
Jeez.
Yo, what is that idiot thinking, running ahead without being cautious?
Man.
She obviously isn't thinking about anything.
However...
It will be fine. There will no longer be any situations where we must exchange each other's lives. So we should do our best as well. It's like they say, it is not scary if everyone stops at the green light. If we stopped at the green light, we'd never reach our goal.
Jeez, you're pathetic.
Akane already took off. Akane already took off on a road. Might be a bit faster if we split up and look around too. Like Sonya, what is it with this group and splitting up, man? Like Sonya said, if there's any more killing, we don't have to worry about anyone betraying us anymore. Hey, then let's get this over with and go home.
Later.
I'll go on ahead. See you guys later. With those brief words, Fuyuhiko left the gymnasium.
Excuse me.
I shall do my best to obtain some wonderful clue that will be useful to everyone. Now then, please excuse me. Sonia took a deep bow, then left the gymnasium.
Oh my.
Miss Sonia.
Miss Sonia.
Miss Sonia, please don't leave me. I'll be in danger if I'm left alone.
Kazuichi chased after Sonia, who had just departed and left the gymnasium. I should hurry and start too. Just a bit more. Just a bit more, and it's gonna end. I can escape this nightmare and return to my usual peaceful everyday life. The only thing we can do is advance toward that hope. Even though I don't understand and that a lot of horrifying things keep happening. For the sake of everyone who couldn't make it this far, I'm definitely gonna go home. Okay. Oh god, what the hell? Huh? That's weird. This is the hallway I walked through to get to the gymnasium, but it's clearly different. Is this Monokuma's doing too? Is he trying to confuse us again? I don't know how he's doing it, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's so persistent. But I'm not going to fall for this trap. There's no way this will make me back down. This is weird. This hallway is a strange feeling to it, no? As if an invisible wall has been erected to limit our movements.
I am concerned.
Is it just me? I guess. I mean, they're pretty visible, but sure. This is so weird. Guess we go to the dojo then. Is this a dojo? It's for the strange things that make me think there's no way we're inside a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect the inside of this building to make sense. Alright, well let's look at this obvious thing at the first then. What is this? Is this a manga? The title is Manga for Morons, A History of Hope's Peak Academy by Monokuma. Why is a manga with such a suspicious looking title laying out in the open like this?
Let's start with history first. With history first class.
Hey,
History first class.
I don't know how to say that without it sounding weird.
Reading manga is the third best way to learn about history. Then what's the first, you ask?
Reading manga is the third best way to learn about history, apparently.
That depends on the person.
So just I thought the Monokuma made this. It totally explains how suspicious it looks. I really want to just ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. I'll look at anything that might be a clue to getting out of here, no matter what it is. I picked up the manga off the floor and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy's history, as narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. The story begins with an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy is a government-funded school of privilege, where only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni, there you go, are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen through a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Hope's Peak Academy's teachers, who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Hope's Peak Academy isn't just a school for talent, it's also a school for researching talent as well. However, for the past few years, Hope's Peak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with their research of talent. So they decided to implement a new system. The Reserve Department. Unlike the main department, who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired, and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Department are quite high compared to most high schools. Nevertheless, Hope's Peak Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Hope's Peak Academy was now available to talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand. My brand! To do it. God, the book looks so strange like that. I was looking at the book and I'm like, I forget that they read from the other side and like the cover opening like that, so weird. With this, Hope's Peak Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began further research of talent. To create Hope's Peak Academy's earnest wish, a true genius who would become mankind's hope. But just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident that triggered the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. We still don't know what that is. That's right, it was the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy was crippled by this incident, which has still not been explained to us, and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end. I'm so sick of people telling me that there's a big thing and not telling me what the big tragedy is. The ending was so sudden, like a manga that's suddenly cancelled in the middle of its run. Plus there's these phrases mentioned at the end of the manga, the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. These names are so melodramatic, there's no way the incidents really happened, right? This manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know who the details, but no. It'd be just a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga. The Reserve Department. That department was only built to collect money. I was one of those Reserve Corps students, right?
But hold on.
That's weird.
Oh, you're here again.
The thing that's weird is you, of course. Huh?
Hey!
Why did you forget that you were part of the Reserve Department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? But you should have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right? So, I think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that too. What do you want me to say?
By the way...
Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of those Reserve Corps students.
I got it!
Or you willingly sealed those memories yourself. Huh? You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase their memory of what happened. It happens pretty often. Not that I know anything about that, though.
You saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it.
When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, it's expected of a Reserve Corps student.
Damn it, what the heck? Reserve Department has been added to the Truth Bullet section. Oh boy, we're gonna be caught again. That target seems pretty far away. If the production team had more time, there could have been a mini game. Wait, what am I saying? What the fuck? There are a bunch of wooden lockers here. Each of them has a traditional looking wood block key sticking out of them. I guess they're just for show. There's nothing in particular that looks like a clue. It was so weird. It's a straw post. I guess that means it was used for training. The cherry tree is proudly displaying its full blossoms. The falling petals add to the elegance of the scene. If Yoko and Pekka were here, it would have looked truly picturesque. For their sake as well, I'll definitely go home. It's armor and a helmet. Did the map developers design this to reflect the Japanese dojo? Oh man. That's so weird.
What's going on?
This hallway, it's kind of creepy. I can't go to places that I should be able to go to. It's like some rule is being enforced for no reason. It's like it's an invisible wall or something.
So because I have to keep going to the rooms, it lets me go into them. This is so strange, guys. I love it. I love this. This is another manga. It's laying on top of the desk. This one is Manga for Morons, The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Oh, please tell me. Wasn't the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy mentioned in that other manga too? It's why Hope's Peak Academy went bankrupt, and it was a trigger for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little more about that incident? That's the headmaster, right? I took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages to see what I could learn about the event known as the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. The story made heavy use of outdated stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. What's written here is, as the name suggests, the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy occurred at Hope's Peak Academy. I bet you they won't actually explain what happened. The key player in that event was a student named Izuru Kamukura. I don't recognize that name. Izuru was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy used all their resources to develop him. Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru, who was known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students of Hope's Peak Academy's student council, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Izuru. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect Izuru's superior talent and concealed the incident as though it never happened. What? However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making that knowledge public, it stoked the fires of the reserve corps students, who had long been dissatisfied of how they'd been treated. Reserve corps students retaliated, and the uprising began, and that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. This is the entirety of the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Eventually, that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. The incident that would be known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Works cited Danganronpa /0. The fuck is that? With a heavy sigh, I closed the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope's Peak Academy.
What irony! For a genius known as the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident.
It's a real light novel. Oh, it is. It exists, does it?
A talent like this is not too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice of a bar of gold. You should be lucky that you're incompetent.
Damn it, he always has to lead up to something offensive. He seriously pisses me off. But Ultimate... Man, they made a small prequel novel for this as well. God damn. But Ultimate Hope. Nagito mentioned that before too, but it looks like it means something completely different here. What Nagito said was that true meaning of hope. But for Izuru, hope simply means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. I wish they'd given me more... give me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. That's right, the reserve department. Here it said that the reserve corps students in the reverse reserve department began uprising. Then what about me? Was I a participant too? Bet you led it, you bastard. No, that's not possible. There's no way I have no reason to do something like that. Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy of Hope's Peak has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Anyway, I've learned about the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, but the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is a far worse incident, right? What kind of incident was it? And who's this other student that isn't Izuru? A certain student who secretly used the incident to their advantage. Who is that? The incident is really messed up. But all it's doing is raising more questions. The mysteries just keep piling up. Okay. Let's see where else we can go. Maybe we can go down here now? Yep. Roar! What the hell is of this room? It's freaking cold in here. It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I just stand still, I might end up freezing to death. I should hurry up and investigate so I can get out of here already. Oh, hello.
I've been found.
What is this one? There's another manga just laying around here. This time the title is Manga for Morons, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. I knew it. The next one would obviously be about this incident. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, huh? What was that incident really about? It might turn out to be something lame. I flipped through the pages of the manga and hoped that I was right. Just a creepy picture. A story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying incidents. An incident known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Is this drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque? Anyway, the beginning of this creepy manga starts with this sentence. The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was simply the trigger. At first, the uprising by the Reserve Corps students that triggered the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. The community was not limited to students, and people of various races and nations began joining in. But the movement was not confined to the internet and began spreading and eroding the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. By then it was too late. The end and the means had vanished, and wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak killed the weakest among them, and soon the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. As the violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear. As if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times, when senseless deaths were the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. Oh, another death. By the time the world realized what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and I can never remember how you pronounce that. Coup d'etats, that's it. Coup d'etats began occurring around the world. A war waged in the name of despair. A war fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain. Just war. Pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization, devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy. A group called Ultimate Despair. Instead of using Hope's Peak Academy's talents for the sake of mankind's hope, they used them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society used their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. The tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair. The powerful and influential created new values and morals to spread despair. And with this, they created the tragedy. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. As long as ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end. My heart was racing in my chest, but my body felt ice cold. Ice, ice, baby. Yeah, coup d'etat. That's how you say it. Remember now. And it wasn't because I was freezing in this room. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. This is definitely all made up. I mean, if this is really true, then what happened to the outside world? My family, my friends, the convenience store I frequent, the nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant? What happened to them?
No.
Hey, are you seriously yelling at a manga? How crazy are you?
Who would enjoy reading something like this?
Oh my, you didn't like the manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga is like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy.
Enough! What is this messed up manga?
I thought you'd obviously know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but for you not to remember that, such despair. That's the Future Foundation's fault, though, thanks to them stealing your school memories. The incident that happened during that period has been completely removed from your brains.
The incident really happened and I actually forgot about it? There's no way that's possible.
What are you saying?
How many times do I have to tell you? All the clues here are real. Please understand, I'm rooting for you. If you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. I just want to help you guys so you can live well-adjusted lives in the outside world.
I see. So that's how it is. That's what he meant by that's what he meant by what he said at the beginning. Flashback!
Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally gonna graduate. But on the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world. That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here.
He's trying to make us feel despair toward the outside world, so we'll want to stay on this island. There's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope. Just like now. Perhaps... No, that's definitely it. It wouldn't be Danganronpa to flashbacks of things that happened like a couple minutes ago. Yeah, it's true. Alright, whether or not this incident... I think my favorite one was the flashback, and then in the flashback, we had a flashback. That was like... We had a flashback inside of a flashback. It was crazy. Let's flash back to that time we flashed back to that time. Whether or not this incident really happened, what in the world is that Ultimate Despair group? If they're devoted to a certain student who guided Hope's Peak Academy to its destruction, are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? Plus, an organization isn't just one person, but a group of people. But if they're known as Ultimate Despair, they're high school students, right? Well, if they were actually able to do it, then I guess that's what they were called. They were called Ultimates. Then, are the killings we're involved in connected to them as well? It's no use. I'm gonna freeze to death. I'm at my limit. I need to get out of here. What was that? Oh, dog's paw. Shivering, I ran out of the freezing room. Phew, that was close. I nearly froze to death. So where should I go next? It was made for the PSP and designed to be able to put down and pick back up. Flashbacks help in a story-heavy game like this. I still think a flashback inside of a flashback is really, really excessive. No, I should ignore it. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see him. Jeez. Yo, when I went inside this room, that bastard bear was suddenly here. He keeps glancing at me. I wonder why. It's gonna be shitty either way.
Damn right.
So I'll let you handle it. There's no way I'm gonna deal with that idiot. I don't want to do it either. Alright.
Why, hello, Hajime. I hope you're doing pleasingly well. Are you pleasingly well? You're pleasingly well, right?
What are you doing here?
No.
Well, there was another thing I needed to tell you on this floor. I got bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me for telling you by word of mouth?
You should have just done that from the beginning. I don't want to read your manga in the first place. I don't need your fantasy manga.
A high school student who doesn't like manga is like a sumo wrestler who doesn't like eating Hot Pots.
I'm getting really fed up with your babbling. Hurry up. Just what did you need to tell me?
It's about the key piece of information you've been waiting so long for. What? Surprise! It's about Ultimate Despair. Huh? Even though the term Ultimate Despair refers to a group these days, it was originally the title for a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive.
High school girl?
Yes, indeed.
Lady Junko Enoshima.
Yeah. Junko Enoshima?
Hey.
As the former Ultimate Despair, she created a despair brimming with charm and humor.
Oh. No, I think this game is very self-aware of itself. Like I think it's quite I get a very strong feeling of a lot of tongue-in-cheek humor in this.
There was one really horrible person in that group.
Don't fuck with me.
Yo, hold on a second. I don't want to know all about the Ultimate Despair, but it's not that easy to form an organization. Ain't no way people would join some fucked up organization created by a high school girl.
Humans who are obsessed with their philosophy have an uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right?
True.
There's nothing strange about it.
Hey.
That holds true for Lady Junko. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power. Her connections were the main reason that incident became the tragedy in the first place.
Wait, wrong one. So, she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat?
Huh?
Then what was their purpose?
What?
Yo, like I said, why did they cause the incident? Doesn't even make any sense. They had their purpose, right? There ain't no way they just do what they did without purpose.
Hey.
It was Junko Enoshima's despair.
Huh?
For Junko Enoshima, despair isn't about purpose, a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Enoshima as Junko Enoshima.
What are you saying?
I'm a stuffed plushie, Hajime is a human. It's exactly like that. Junko Enoshima is full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Lying, dying, eating, loving. For her, everything is despair.
What the hell?
With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far from dreadful. Is far more dreadful than any other. Fuck, I read that wrong. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea had been slammed right into their minds. And so, the ultimate despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All despair, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko Enoshima. Like believers making offerings to their god. Like a mother providing food to her children. They dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair, all in Junko Enoshima's name. For example, they killed their families and friends, and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. Jesus. And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something they had to do.
There's no way something that crazy is possible.
Do you know about the final days of the Reserve Corps students during the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy?
Final days?
In other words,
Junko had the power to change people's values. This is also true of famous people throughout history.
Hey, what do you mean final days? What happened to the reserve department?
of course.
They fulfilled their role as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to do. And so, the 2,357 students of the reserve department all committed mass suicide.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Mass suicide?
What'd you say?
All 2,357 students?
Oops, it wasn't all of them. One person was excluded.
One person was excluded, huh? Is that me?
Damn it.
Oh, I don't believe it. Ain't no way I can believe this. Ultimate despair, Junko Enoshima. Don't scare me at all. I mean,
Bastard!
Junko Enoshima is already dead. Huh? Ultimate despair has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Reserve department has been updated in your handbook.
What a surprise! Do you want to hear about the ultimate despairs again?
No, I don't really need you to.
Hey,
Even though the term ultimate despair refers to a group these days.
Oh god. He just started on his own. Despair bring with charm and humor, ultimate despair. Oh, are we just doing this again? Cute. I guess I'm getting a good part. Good part. No, I've already heard this from you before. Right, okay. Hey, Fukushima, is it true what you said? Junko Enoshima is already dead?
Huh?
Yo, what, you didn't see? There was a book called Manga for Morons Killing School Life in that bloody classroom. A bloody classroom? No, wait. What was that you said about the killing school life? Like the killings that were involved, that we were involved in, they were killings that happened at Hope's Peak Academy. As I recall, the mastermind took her own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat her.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what it was. The killing school life ended up failing in the end. It was a result. 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy.
Hey,
Yo, for a manga about the killing school life, it was drawn with lots of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind behind the failed killing school life was Junko Enoshima. The mastermind took her own life. Which means Junko Enoshima is dead.
Like,
Yo, it turns out that killing school life was part of that whole biggest, most awful whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of former students of Hope Peak Academy and forced them to kill each other. Former students of Hope Peak Academy? And she took away their memories? It's just like us. Yo, apparently the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide. There's a limit to being a cruel asshole. The surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing?
so.
The students of Hope Peak Academy are widely known as symbols of hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival, they were trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once. Oh, that's messed up. Yo, but that messed up plan was stopped by Junko Enoshima failed. Junko lost to the students she placed in her trap after being overcome by the despair she created. She took her own life, and Junko is no more. No matter how horrible she was, ain't no reason to fear someone who's dead. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not, it don't matter. Junko Enoshima ain't living no more. Then, who is our enemy? Junko Enoshima is already dead. Are the rest of the Ultimate Despairs behind this? Are the followers of Junko carrying out her will? Is there anything I can think of? I mean, the killings we're involved in resemble the killing school life. Well, I don't know who the hell is imitating Junko and making us go through this, but an imitation is just an imitation.
No shit.
If the students from Hope Peak Academy stop the real deal, ain't no way we'll lose to some fake. Yeah, keep watching STD. But if this is really an imitation, are those surveillance cameras to shame too? The cameras all over Jabberwock Island. Are they broadcasting to somewhere just like the surveillance cameras during this killing school live?
Man, Hajime, you totally know about that story, huh?
Well, what? Do you have a problem with that?
Well, I really wanted to read the manga version since I took all the time to draw it.
What are you gonna
Oh
do?
well, I'll just raise the flag.
Flag? What do you mean, raise the flag? What's gonna happen if you do that?
One step at a time. You're getting closer to clearing my character route.
You're making sense again.
Well now.
Now then, I'll give you guys my all. I'll tell you everything I know, including information on the outside and the inside. I'll raise them flags like crazy.
Okay. No one's died. Basically, we've just been getting told about what happened. We've been getting information from Monokuma about what happened originally in the school and how things got messed up. It changed to a different hallway again. It's so sudden. What's going on to make something like this happen? No, I've already decided that. I'm not going to be surprised. That's right. There's no time for me to be surprised by something like this. I don't have time to be surprised by a really bizarre, changing world. Black spots in my eyes. My eyesight's going. Ocular degradation. Akari's twitching her nose like a beast and examining her surroundings. Hey, what happened?
Based on
Yo, well, you know, it's just my... you know, it's my gut, but I feel like someone's getting closer. What do you mean? Who? I don't know, it's just my gut after all.
It's just my gut.
Still, her gut is pretty impressive. For some reason, it's strangely intuitive. Monokuma did say something about the main cast coming. It's surprising, but her gut must be correct again. This time. This time. This time. This time. I put the more emphasis on words all the time. What the fuck is going on here, man? This looks like the music room? I feel like I can see something strange. Yeah, I'd assume it's the monument and the hologram. What is this? Words are floating in the air. This is like a hologram, right? Floating letters are forming a sentence. It looks like a passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information. A person who claims to be a survivor of Hope's Peak Academy. Upon further investigation, there were a total of 15 survivors. You may be wondering about the number of people at this time. If they're survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, it's possible they may be targeted by ultimate despair. We believe we should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible. Though I don't believe the group can go that far without Junko Enoshima rallying them. In a worst case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of the killing school life. Also, if they are survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, we should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we are still investigating the details of their originals and we haven't located them either. One thing you don't get is the intermittent Nikomaru robot thing. Oh, it's a tiny little robot that the mechanic guy made, I've forgotten his name, out of the pieces of Nikomaru and gave to Big Boobs Girl. And he just keeps it and just occasionally says stuff. It's weird. However, we are still investigating the details of the origins and we haven't located them either. We will continue investigating this matter. Also, regarding a separate matter, we have received a report. The research facility on Jabberwock Island. Preparations have been completed. It seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World program. Oh boy. Survivors of Hope's Peak Academy? 15 students? Is that about us? Excluding Chiaki, who was part of the Future Foundation, there were definitely 15 of us, but what does survivors mean? It's like they're talking from some other world. What happened outside Jabberwock Island? If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is really true, then the world isn't normal anymore, maybe? I'm starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we've lost. Okay. Let's look at this giant floating monument. Look like it's some kind of monument. Why would there be a monument in a music room? No, not just that. The marks engraved into the monument is the symbol of the Future Foundation, right? Below that symbol, there's a short passage engraved. To combat the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy were among the many who established the Future Foundation. Yeah, I thought so. Huh? The Future Foundation was established by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy? Aren't they known as World Ender? This is completely different. Monokuma, you completely made it up. Future Foundation's origins have been added to the Truth Bullets section. I guess that's all the clues in this room. It's finally confirmed. The Future Foundation is on our side, at least. We were founded by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy, and they took us in to protect us. But if that's true, Chiaki should have made that clear to us. No, as long as Monokuma was around, she probably couldn't say anything careless. Monokuma, if he's the Future Foundation's enemy, then his true identity must be the ultimate despairs who caused the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The ones who are carrying out the will of Junko Enoshima and are making us go through this. Also, this caught my attention in the email too. What is this research facility on Jabberwock Island mentioned in the email? The only Future Foundation facility we found was that ancient ruin. There's no way that's the research facility. If there really is a research facility on this island, there should be other Future Foundation members here. Somehow there are still so many mysteries. Oh, so sore. Alright, where we go now? Aha. The Teacher's Lounge. Ultimate despair. Can I give you despair? This feels different from a classroom. Maybe. It's probably the office, right? I mean, the room kind of has that nasty teacher vibe to it. Those are some low res flowers going on there. The office, huh? Now that you mention it, it does look like that.
Well...
More importantly, have you seen Miss Sonia? I don't see her anywhere.
How much longer is this guy gonna be obsessed with Sonia? Give it up already. There's something written on the blackboard. It's written here. List of subjects is written on the blackboard. In large letters, just below that are names I've seen before. There's a newspaper posted on the blackboard. Below that, Hiyoko Saijoni is written there. Where's this newspaper? Whoa, why does she look so much older there? What is this? It says Miss Hiyoko Saijoni. This can't mean the same Hiyoko, right? I mean, the Hiyoko we knew. She was much smaller and looked like more childlike. Pretty much her defining feature. But the photo in the newspaper... In a way, I can see the resemblance to Hiyoko, but her height and figure... her figure? Oh my, Hiyoko. It's too different from the Hiyoko we knew. But what does this mean?
This lady looks...
Wait, wrong voice.
This lady looks pretty mature. Is she Hiyoko's older sister or something?
No, it says Hiyoko Saijoni there.
Oh, then Hiyoko's an older sister. With the same and first last name, of course.
An older sister with the same first and last name?
I mean...
That's the only explanation, right? I mean, look at it for yourself. That's not Hiyoko.
But did you ever hear her mention an older sister?
Man.
Well, it's not like I was that close to her or anything, you know. Jesus. Oh, Jesus. She doesn't have an older sister. Hiyoko is the Saijoni family, Saionji family's only daughter. If she does have a sister, then a relative? No, there's still too much of a resemblance.
What are you saying?
That's Hiyoko.
Huh?
What are you saying? Hiyoko doesn't have a curvy body like that. I mean, she was famous for her childlike figure. She got away with all kinds of crap for looking like that. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe she had a growth spurt?
What are you saying? She's already dead. There's no way she could have had a growth spurt.
Today,
Well, regardless, all the clues I provided are true. If they weren't, it wouldn't be fair.
What's going on?
Well, what the heck? This is the truth? If this is the truth, then the Hiyoko in this newspaper. Oh, what a Hiyoko. Oh my. Hiyoko, you've certainly grown. Is you really saying this is the same thing? That's impossible. I mean, how can there be a photo of a grown-up Hiyoko when she's already dead? Why does this even exist?
Hey.
Could it be related to that list of subjects over there?
Huh?
This is bad.
If it says subjects, maybe it means it was some kind of experiment, right? Did the experiment change Hiyoko's body? Oh, what am I saying? Just saying out loud make it sound messed up. What experiment?
If this is some kind of experiment, it would mean that we were also test subjects? I mean, our names are also written on the blackboard under that list of subjects. But what kind of experiment was it?
What's going on?
Oh, Jesus, what's going on? It better not have anything to do with all the time travel.
Very interesting. An extremely overwhelming portrait is hanging on the wall. I feel like I've seen it before, but the name etched into the placard says Izuru Kamukura. Kamukura. Wait, isn't that the founder of Hope's Big Academy? And this name, Izuru Kamukura? Doesn't this clearly contradict the information I obtained earlier? Damn it, another mystery. The Academy's founder has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Weird. There are letters floating in the air, like the music room from earlier. Looks like a passage from an email someone wrote to... I think it's the same one from earlier. I guess I should read it. We understand this matter regarding the survivors. In order to safely acquire them, please do your best and continue your investigation. However, you must exercise extreme caution concerning the remnants of despair. Even though they have lost Junko Enoshima, the fact remains that they are incredibly dangerous. Even after her death, the tragedy has not ended. Perhaps there is still a leader on par with Junko Enoshima. As long as we do nothing about the remnants of despair, we will not be able to end this incident. For this reason, the remnants of despair must be immediately eliminated once they are discovered. Everything is for the sake of a shining future. Immediately eliminated? Does that mean this is an order to kill them? This doesn't sound peaceful at all. Well, I guess it's understandable. If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is as terrible as it sounds, it's pretty much all-out war. If the remnants of despair are the ones waging that war, there's no way they'd be forgiven that easily. Okay.
Okay, with this, you've totally raised all the flags on this floor. Congratulations, Hajime. You shall now go on to the next stage.
Next stage? Oh, damn it, not again. Oh, man. This place is really messed up. Oh. The hallway is different from the last time. I guess that flag Monokuma mentioned is raised and moved to a different hallway than the last. How can he do that? No, now's not the time to be confused by that. Thinking about it just gonna waste my energy. I don't remember this hole. Oh my god. Wacky windows, what the hell? Well, that's not gonna help you at all. Oh my, oh good, it's floating. There's a billiard table, a dartboard, and a shelf lined of magazines. It's hard to think a room like this actually exists inside a school. There's a file with Hope's Peak Academy seal on it. It says confidential. That means this is a big secret, right? Zero G pool. Why would an important document be here? Why am I even asking a question like that? Obviously Monokuma is responsible. Anyway, I need to confirm what's inside the file. About the Hope cultivation plan. For many years, Hope's Peak Academy has conducted rigorous research into various talents. The Hope Cultivation Plan seeks to use the fruits of our labor to further our true goal. With our hands, we will birth a true hope that will bring hope to the entire world. Truly, the program is the next innovation in providing the ultimate education. This plan has been the Academy's wish since its foundation, so we must succeed at all costs. What followed was a series of detailed instructions and intricate orders. It was full of difficult technical terms, and I had no idea what any of them meant. However, the word true hope left a strong impression on my mind for some reason. The Hope Cultivation Plan was created for the sake of birthing true hope. Hope's Peak Academy was behind something like that? I don't really get it, but something about these words. True hope. Alright. This hologram again. What's this one say? It looks like another email passage. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have finally succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. Though they were all dispersed, we were successfully acquiring all 15 of them. Due to the fact that we were unable to ask them about specific details, it is unknown how they managed to survive the tragedy. It's been reported that some are wounded, so it seems certain that they survived under harsh conditions. Over the course of our detailed investigation, we determined that they are the same age as the others, so we've decided to entrust them to the survivors of the Skilling Cool Life. The Skilling Cool Life, bro. As for the remnants of despair, There are still no solid leads regarding this matter, and we have no new information to report. We will continue with the investigation. Once they are discovered, we shall eliminate them immediately. Everything is for the sake of the future filled with hope. I wish I was a part of the Skilling Cool life. It says they succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. That means we should have been protected by the Future Foundation, right? Then why is this happening? If the Future Foundation was protecting us, why were we forced to kill each other on this island? Well, I guess it's not possible that the Future Foundation set this all up.
What's this?
Well, Hajime, if you keep worrying like that, you're gonna get a toothache and collapse.
It's your fault. What is this hologram thing anyway?
Hey!
It's exactly what it looks like. They're the Future Foundation's emails. I thought they made the perfect clue, so I did a little bit of hacking here and there to get them.
You can even do that? Whoever's controlling you seems to possess many talents.
No!
Well, who cares about me anyway? That's not important at all.
There's no way that's not important. His true identity should connect everything to what's happening right now. I think that's all that's important here. Oh, Jesus, Lord. Looks like I'm in a different hallway again. Pretty much used to it by now, but even so. What is this space? Am I dreaming or something? I mean, this is just totally disconnected from reality. Oh, God.
It smells...
It's close. It's very close. Someone is coming. Kane's twitching her nose and examining her surroundings.
Based on my
They're
gut
definitely
feeling.
real close. At least that's what my gut is telling me. And answer this with your gut. Is it an enemy or an ally? Let's see. My gut feeling is... They're both!
Yo!
He's right, they're both. Both? What do you mean?
You.
I don't know any details. It's just my gut after all. That's true, I guess. You're right there. You're getting censored. The boobs are being censored hard. I guess you go to the library? No, the controls weren't inverted. I'm glad. That suck. This must be the library. Monica would probably left something here too, so I should hurry up and find it. This hologram again. It must be another one of the Future Foundation's emails. I should read it. There's no doubt it's another clue. The Future Foundation 14th Division Makoto Negi. Oh, Makoto! Where are you guys? What are you doing right now? What are you doing is a serious act of treason, do you understand? Why are you protecting the remnants of despair? It should be abundantly clear to you how dangerous it is to keep these people alive. Stay calm and think about this carefully. You guys are being lied to. Think carefully about what's important to bring the light of hope to the world. The 6 of you joined the Future Foundation because you agreed with our ideals. Oh, they joined. Okay, they didn't start it then. The Future Foundation rescued you from the tragedy. You survived and cooperated with recovering your memories. Immediately return the remnants of despair to our headquarters. Unless we eliminate them, the tragedy will never end. Everything is for the sake... Oh my god, are we the remnants of despair? Is that how we've been playing this? Is that what our group is? Everything is for the sake of future filled with hope. What does this mean? This email suggests that someone was trying to let the remnants of despair escape. This email is addressed to Makoto Nagi. I never could say that guy's second name. But he's with the Future Foundation, right? Then why was he trying to protect the remnants of despair? Did he betray the Future Foundation? I have this feeling that our group is the remnants of despair. Somehow. I don't know. That would be pretty weird if that was true. That's like a theory. Well, it's a theory. It could be right. It could be very wrong. Do 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 do. Huh? I didn't walk into a classroom. I don't really get it, but looks like the laundry room. There's no use worrying about it, but I was in school now. I'm suddenly in a laundry room. I see you there. Hidden away in the dark. Like a little creepy boy watching me. This looks like a tablet computer. Looks like the power is on too. Is this the next clue? I picked up the tablet and immediately started examining it. Neo World Program. This word, Neo World. I seem to recall hearing it and seeing it a few times already. The Neo World Program has another name. Psychotherapeutic Communication Simulator. The Neo World Program is built with the most recent psychotherapy technology and administrative software. So this is why I think we could be the ultimate, the remnants of despair. If they're trying to do some sort of, if they stuck us in this and did some kind of psychotherapy thing on us. Develop the Neo World Program. Individuals such as the ultimate programmer, the ultimate neurologist, and the ultimate therapist. We're among the many talented people whose research results were utilized. By mounting a device to the cranium, the Neo World Program. It's the Matrix. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, fucking hell. A friend of mine just got his window in for this house he's doing up and the fucking people dropped it. Jesus Christ. By mounting a device to the cranium, the Neo World Program allows its subjects to experience a synthetic virtual world. Additionally, the Neo World Program was another feature. It can replace memories formed in the real world with information contained in the synthetic virtual world. However, this device is for psychotherapeutic purposes only, and any other use is expressly forbidden. Though it is highly effective in treating brainwashing, abusing the device risks total personality destruction. Thus, extreme care must be exercised when operating this program. Oh boy. Slowly, everything around me turned to black. Let me just have a look at this picture. Jesus Christ, man, that's ridiculous. Fuck, man. I'd be so pissed off. He's having the worst time doing that house up. Synthetic virtual world? Program? A feeling of emptiness, like everything is being tainted. A feeling of weakness, like the world is collapsing beneath my feet. Everything is starting to feel meaningless. The desperate attempts, the sad goodbyes, the conflicts, the trust I felt until now. It's all disappearing until all I feel is despair. I screamed loudly as if I was confirming the sound of my own voice. There's no way I can accept this. I'm starting to accept this. There's no way. Something as crazy as this actually exists.
Nice! You gotta raise the flags more in order to clear my character route. Now then, despair is waiting for you.
Impossible. This is impossible. It's all made up. Ugh. Ugh. Everything's all made up. Made up. Including me, too.
Hiya.
Oh, no. Hey, how you doing? Did you enjoy the killing school trip?
By the way, do you guys remember the speech I made at the beginning? From this point on, I promise you a world that truly deserves to be called a game. You guys are the only ones watching this who can save them. The end of the world is nigh. What you gonna do? What's gonna happen? Isn't it exciting? Isn't it heart-throbbing? Look forward to it.
This hallway. When we first arrived here, I walked down this hallway from the classroom to get to the gym. He's seeing the Matrix. I don't really see a resemblance, but... Oh boy.
Well,
Are you familiar with the placebo effect and the nocebo effect? What the fuck is a nocebo? Huh? The placebo effect is when your health improves after taking a fake medicine you believe is real. And the nocebo effect is the exact opposite. I've never heard of the nocebo effect. Which means as long as the human brain controls all other bodily functions, if the brain believes something is real, it will become real. Why would you bring that up all of a sudden? Huh?
oh my.
I'm not sure. I do not fully understand. What the heck? This is getting really weird now. The moment you discover that the truth was a lie, all hope will disappear. I wonder if my my pedometer's still going. Oh. Let you get a bit more despair in your life, why not? I've never heard the term nocebo. That's cool. God, this is so weird. So weird. Is this floating? It's impossible. There's no way something this big would be floating like this. What in the world is it? The moment I looked at that object. 011001111. Oh shit. Welcome to the Neo World program. Chihiro. A person? A floating person is talking to me? Who is it? No, is this even a person in the first place? I'm not quite a person. It's simply an artificial intelligence program. It's Robo Chihiro. It would make me happy if you called me Alter Ego. This is the name my master gave me when he created me. It can talk. But what are you? Alter Ego? Artificial intelligence program? I am the master program behind the Neo World program. I'm responsible for creating and overseeing this world. However, only the observer has the authority to directly influence. Not female. Oh yeah, look at that. To influence you guys. I can't actually exert much influence. In fact, my existence is one that you don't normally meet. I don't remember what voice I even gave to Chihiro. I'm sort of like an apartment manager or something. I may oversee the entire apartment building, but I lack the power to manage individual rooms. But the virus has infected everything I'm supposed to be managing. And because of that, this world I'm managing is acting very peculiar. Hold on. My brain can't follow what you're saying. Let me gather my thoughts first. Damn, it's that feeling from earlier again. This floating, like my feet are hovering above the floor. Floating. This floating. I'm assuming feeling was supposed to be in there somewhere. It's like I can't feel my feet on the ground. Like I can't even believe my own existence. You should know where, hey, you should know, right? Where is this place? Tell me, what is the Neo World program? The Neo World program has omitted the data collection procedure for shaping the entire world. As such, only the data we collected during the experimental stage is being utilized. Specifically, that means the data detailing Jabberwock Island, where this research facility is located. That is why the previous Jabberwock Island cityscape was restored. Ergo, if I am to answer your question, where is this place? The answer would be mostly Jabberwock Island. Certain portions of it are different depending on the circumstances. For example, this school you're in. It appears this space is entirely under the virus's influence. That's probably why I'm appearing before you too. However, even without the virus, these circumstances are a bit unnatural. It seems the launch was rushed, and because of that, there wasn't enough time to collect any data. I'm sorry, I don't really know what the circumstances of the outside world. After all, I'm simply the overseer of the Neo World program. Most of its words. I understood what they meant, but I couldn't understand what was being said. There was no way for me to acknowledge it as the truth. It would make much more sense if this was a fictional world. Wait, are you saying this world is a fictional world? I feel like I can't believe what's going on here. This missing sense of reality. All the mysteries, all the truths. They're all just fiction. Is that... Even so, I need to know. I need to know what this world is. Hey, can you tell me? Hey, can you tell me? What was the Neo World program used for in the first place? The Neo World program serves only one purpose. It is used to make the real world a splendid one. I guess you can say it's a program for creating hope. A program for creating hope. But the fact that we're here and the fact that we don't have our memories, it's all the program's fault, right? Deleting memory is the first step towards replacing memory. Replacing memory data is one of the features of the Neo World program. With the installed memory control unit, it's possible to remove any time period you set it to. And from there, you upload the memories obtained in the virtual world. Removing memories of any time period you set it to? So Monokuma was right. We did lose our school memories. But why? Why us? Why were our school memories taken away? There's a reason for that, right? That is a mystery to me too. Booting the program on the survivors of Hope's Peak Academy while it's still in its experimental stage. I'm sure there was a very good reason. But unfortunately, I don't know what's happening in the outside world. I'm sorry. Are you saying we're lab rats? It's the only thing I can think of. It sounds like we're just lab rats. The Future Foundation did that to us? But they're trying to save the world, right? Or is the Future Foundation not our ally? I'm sorry. I can't provide that much help. If only I was more reliable. I would have lost my authority to a virus like this. All these new words make my head feel like it's about to burst. Can you tell me more about the Observer and that virus? Well, for this session, the Neo World program was programmed to house 15 people along with 2 monitors. 2 monitors? Yeah, they were disguised as a teacher and one of the students. They were intended to guide the participants in this way. By the way, The observer in the teacher role has been given the authority to influence you all. So Monami, I guess that would be. But the observer in the student role was not. They weren't given any special authority at all, so they'd seem the same as everyone else. What kind of authority does the teacher role have? As an example, the teacher creates the rules of this world and manages them. If the teacher is properly managing the rules they've created, there is no risk of abuse. But because of the virus infecting everything, that has changed. It changed this world where violence shouldn't have existed in the first place. The Neo World program would have promised eternal peace. But just like the outside world, it's become a world filled with violence and death. What is the virus? I don't really know the details behind its true identity, but that function is beyond my capabilities. No matter how much I try to stop it, it behaves as if it already knows what I'm attempting to do. In the end, it stole a portion of my abilities which contain my authority to build the world. It was like it was a grandmaster chess player. I desperately tried to fight back so it wouldn't have complete control. But even so, a portion of the world has been modified at its convenience. She's probably talking about Monokuma Rock and the Funhouse. Based on what she's saying, it sounds like she's on the receiving end of a one-sided attack. But Alter Ego should be an impressive artificial intelligence that the Future Foundation created. I can tell that just by communicating with her. Which means this supposed virus is so smart it surpasses this Alter Ego? If so, does that virus possess an artificial intelligence just like her? Damn it, what the heck? An artificial intelligence waging an attack against another one. It's so freaking irritating. I assume that Monokuma in this form then is the virus, I suppose. But how did that virus infect the Neo World program? The Neo World program exists in isolation. It's impossible it's impossible it was infected through a network. I'm fairly certain someone physically uploaded it. Physically? Perhaps someone secretly brought an external memory drive containing the virus into the facility and directly uploaded it into the main computer where the Neo World program is installed. Based on my calculations, that's most likely what happened. It was brought to the Future Foundation's facility. But the only person who could enter that facility is someone who was a member of the Future Foundation. Damn it, what am I thinking? Why am I assuming that what I just heard is the truth? Why am I assuming that everything is a lie? Observers has been added to the Truth Bullet section. New World program has been updated. Ah, but it's true that the virus is powerful and that I'm completely overwhelmed by it. But I'm still able to defend the essential areas. So it has a limit too. A limit? If it took over an observer, then it has to follow the rules of an observer. Such as, in order to end the program and release everyone, I need to follow the correct procedure and...
Okay, even if you're just God in the machine, that's enough hints from you. If you're gonna say something more, suppose that you exist between life and death. The death of yourself is inevitable. If so, it can be parallel to the deflection based on the definition of existence that constitutes a relationship. From there, the paradigm change results by being cut off rapidly and causes a situation where your own existence is unobservable and accelerates and crosses with the joint ownership of the world, and the situation from the context invites your death.
Hey?
Death.
Yeah, hope. Despair, death. Deflection, oh Jesus. Oh God, oh Lord. What the heck? What just happened? You're right. You're right there, aren't you? Someone is right there, right? Huh? Who are you? Are you different from the earlier one? Maybe he can't hear my voice from this side? I'm currently talking to the world through alter ego. Ever since you guys vanished into that space, the video's feedback has been pretty distorted. But even so, we were forced to watch you this entire time. Huh? The thing you guys were forced to do, we were forced to watch it. Is that Makoto? That's Makoto's hair thing, isn't it? Forced to watch us? I really want to save you right away, but because of the virus's interference, I couldn't. Our orders are no longer being accepted, including shutdown requests. The Neo World program is beyond our control now. In that world, that person created an independent country that doesn't accept outside interference. But Alter Ego created an opportunity for me to speak to you directly. If this means that's working, then it means that the person I need to talk to is right there, I hope. Looks like this guy can't even hear me or see me. Just, who is this guy anyway? Oh no, both him and Makoto have the same voice. Since there's no time, I'm gonna say what I need to say and believe you're there listening to me. But first, I should apologize to everyone. I know apologizing won't help, but we didn't imagine something like this would happen. We never expected such an atrocious virus was lurking inside the Neo World program. That's entirely our fault. It's our responsibility for not realizing it until it was too late. But it's not just the virus earlier either. I can't say for sure, but the program didn't have any problems in the first place. To tell you the truth, I was unsure about whether or not to run the program on you guys. But this was the only way to save you all. I wanted to save you guys. Save us? What did he want to save us from? Why would this save us? You've already seen the password to enter the graduation exam ground, right? You know, 11037. That's the number we found at Nezumi Castle. The door to the ancient room was supposed to open after you all finished gathering the hope fragments. From there, you guys were supposed to challenge the graduation exam. However, I prepared that password just in case something went wrong. Like I said earlier, I had my doubts that this program was perfect. We had McAfee antivirus, but they got through anyway. Even if the chance was slim, I thought the observer might end up going rogue. That's the reason I left that password in a place where the teacher would not be able to go. Oh yeah, because the mice. I never thought Nagito, who saw it first, would erase that password. Anyway, I'm also the person who set the password to that number. That number contains a secret. Someone close to me left that number to save me when it was in a dilemma. Oh! Yes. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm entrusting that you will all... I'm entrusting that will to you all. I've entrusted it to your future. But that person is trying to abuse the graduation exam. I'm sure they are going to crush you with despair, using the graduation exam that's waiting for you. But I want you guys to endure it without giving up on hope. I want you guys to withstand it until I get there. Because I have a secret to defeat them. Does that mean he has a secret plan to defeat Monokuma? In a worst-case scenario where an observer who has the role of the teacher goes rogue, I prepared a hidden command to use at the graduation exam site. It's the forced shutdown sequence. Forced shutdown sequence? Even a teacher's authority can't stop that command. It's a way to end this that you guys can choose on your own, independently of the observer. Which means even if they stole the teacher's authority, they shouldn't be able to stop it. If you use that, you guys will win. However, in order to start the forced shutdown sequence, you need more than half the number of people. And in order to do that, I need to somehow get that number. Chemo. Yashi Baba. Def. Now we're back to the def.
What was that just now? Hey, Hajime, what was that weirdness just now?
Nothing really.
I see.
Anyway.
Oh well, Anyway, that's all the hints you're gonna get. If that no good artificial intelligence tells you any more useless stuff, I'm gonna butt in again.
Did Monokuma not notice what just happened? It's been a while since I've spoken at length, but it was important to talk to you. It was worth waiting a long time here. Hey, about that guy just now. There shouldn't be anything else for you to ask me. I see. It'd be bad if Monokuma overheard us. That means Monokuma doesn't know about the conversation I had with that guy just now. Oh. Getting dark over there, eh? Interesting. The green screen's failing over here for some reason right now. Okay. Not much I can do about that right now. You guys have a weapon. A very powerful weapon. It all depends on how you guys use that weapon. The only thing I can do is prevent the virus invasion with all my might, so you guys can use that weapon. The rest is up to you all. Do your best. Do our best, huh? But what do we have to do our best at? The mystery is getting solved. I'm finally starting to see the truth. But what are we supposed to do when that truth is really a lie? We know that we're working towards a conclusion that nobody wants to hear. But still, do we really need to work hard and do our best? Is there really a reason to do our best? If everything was a lie, then isn't everything just meaningless? It's the same for the killings too. Even though we had to experience something as painful as that, something as tragic as that, wouldn't it all be meaningless too? When the world is flipped over and becomes so irrational, what am I supposed to do? 11037 has been added to the truth bullet section. Shutdown sequence has been added to the truth bullet section. This virus is the reward for winning chat roulette with a gun.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in?
Plunge.
It's time for the long-awaited
It's time for
exam.
AIDS.
Please enter the red door located on the first floor of Hope Speak Academy.
See you soon.
Oh boy. A red door, huh? It's just a waste of time thinking about what this all means right now. From now, I need to finish this. I need to just focus on that. He means this red door, right? Do I have to just go in here? If I do that, will this be finished? Oh boy. What the hell? Whoa. Whoa. Huh? This place?
Yo.
Looks like everyone's here.
Damn right.
It seems that this is going to be the final place.
However,
this place is... Is this a trial field? But why is this a trial field? It sure looks like a trial ground, but the vibe is way different than the other ones from before. You've been here before, right? Yeah, this should be the place that the door at the ancient ruins leads to. Huh. It seems pretty strange that we've been in that other building up till now.
Damn it.
It's like we're dreaming or something. If this is a dream, then this too is very...
So you finally arrived. Congratulations, you guys are the first ones to ever beat this game. After stopping by Hope's Peak Academy, you finally come back to this place. To the graduation exam site within the ancient ruins of Jabberwock Island.
You can give it a fancy name like graduation exam site, but it's no different than the trial ground from before. From before!
This trial actually inspired by the one from before, so in a way, this place is the original.
Hey, hey.
Jesus, who cares? This graduation exam means we can finally go home, right?
Of course, if that's what you guys decide.
Huh?
Yo, we have to decide? What do we have to do?
Now then.
Please take a look at the LCD touch panel built into your seat. Compared to the other trials, the rules are much simpler this time.
Yes, indeed.
There are 2 options, graduate and repeat, right? You just have to choose one of them and press it. Now all of you will cast your vote, and whichever one has the majority will be considered your final decision. If you don't press either of them, it will be treated as an absence and will not be counted.
In other words.
Which means everyone who has died up till now will have their votes treated as absences.
Then,
Since the results is based on our majority vote.
If graduate is chosen by a majority vote, from there, an event that's kind of like a graduation ceremony called the graduation program will begin.
Jeez, even if we do this stupid majority vote, the result is already pretty damn obvious. Come on, let's just move this along. We can press it now, right?
No.
No, you can't do that yet. I mean, your resolve hasn't formed yet, right? Your will to be swept away by society's harsh current.
Shut up.
Jeez, who the hell cares? I'm gonna press it.
What's this?
My, which of your orifices are you using to spew bile? To participate in the graduation program, you need my final say as your teacher, you know.
What does that mean? It won't end with just a majority vote?
That's right.
After the vote, I'm gonna judge every single one of you to see if it's okay for you to graduate or not.
Damn it.
Yo, so even if we vote, you're saying we won't graduate unless you acknowledge it?
Well.
Jeez, I'm terribly sorry for being rude earlier.
No way.
But you don't have to worry. There's no way I won't acknowledge your graduations. This is merely a formality. I'm just doing it because that's how it has to be.
He's doing it because it's how it has to be? It doesn't mean we can exert his will over everything. He too has a limit. If this is what Alter Ego was talking about.
Anyway, even if you don't want to do it, you guys still need to do it to solve the mystery. Afterward, you cast your majority votes, and from there we move on to the graduation program.
But jeez, why do we even have to go through something so dumb?
Well, that is... You said you were waiting for the main cast, right? Which means you're just stalling for time then.
Who's the main cast?
Oh, no need to worry about it. It has nothing to do with you guys.
that is...
There's no way, it has nothing to do with us. We're the only ones who are involved, you know?
So.
It doesn't matter if you're involved or not. You're just a bunch of chumps in the big picture. That's why it has nothing to do with you. Just perform your roles without complaining.
You pissed me off.
Hold on, what's that chump comment?
I can't ignore that.
Not that it's important or anything, but make sure you turn off that toy.
I won't forgive you.
How dare you treat him like a toy?
What's this?
I did treat it like a toy. You got a problem with that? I created everything. You're actually picking a fight with me? I'm basically a god. Just how promising can you guys be? I guess this is just the nature of life. Fine then, before you die, sear my power into your memories.
Do, boo, 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 boo. Oh my. All right. Break time, break time before we carry on. Gonna take a quick break, and then I'm gonna try and fix this as well. And then we're gonna carry on, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this shit. All right, I will be right back. Stretch your legs, I'm gonna stretch my legs. And then it's time for the big final.